What's going on, guys? Play Gamer here, back with another Epic Sim video, and today we're taking a look at the 3 ReZero collab units. Starting off here with the ReZero collab, we are getting Emilia, Rem, and Ram. Let me know how to say that correctly in the comment section below. But here we go. Let's take a first look here at Emilia. Let's try that again here. So let's take a look at Emilia. With her skill S3 here. So there she is, Soul Weaver Ice Emilia, and she looks pretty cool. She looks just like she does in the anime. I think that her being an Ice Soul Weaver is kind of interesting. She's 103 base speed, so not insanely fast, but I mean, kind of decent. It would have been a little bit better if she was 105, but hey, she has an effect resist imprint, so making her high effect resist is somewhat viable. She has an innate 18%. She is a Gemini, so that's kind of decent. She has okay health, okay defense. She has an attack imprint for the back line and the bottom 2 units, which can be pretty interesting. But I mean, I know we have a lot of ice units. Her skill 3 here uses spiritual arts to dispel 2 debuffs from all allies before recovering health and granting a barrier for 2 turns. So she has a cleanse. She recovers HP and grants a barrier for 2 turns. Amount recovered and barrier strength increase proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, so health and barriers are going to depend on her HP. So you're going to want to build her super tanky, right? Just to maximize on the healing and the barriers for 2 turns. This is on a 5-turn cooldown, which is kind of insane, but you can get it down to 4 turns. So I'm assuming you're going to want to build her kind of fast and tanky at the same time, right? So you can maximize on the barriers and the healing that she gives. But depending on how she's built here, she has 18k HP. So she's gonna cleanse. And does she give? Okay, she gave a 2.8k heal, and she was at 18k. So it's not a huge heal, but again, we don't know if that's fully mola'd. Well, the mola is only cooldown, so it doesn't affect the healing, which I don't know. Skill 2 here, Spirit's Blessing grants a blessing to an ally except for the caster, dispelling 2 debuffs and increasing attack for 2 turns before increasing combat readiness by 40%. So this increases, so it's kind of like a CR push heal type of thing. Okay, no, there's no heal. Well, there is a heal, but she cleanses and increases attack for 2 turns, and then increases combat readiness by 40%. So she kind of pushes someone up, cleanses them, and gives them attack buff. If you soul burn this, it recovers health of that target that you're pushing up, and then the amount recovered increases proportional to caster's max health. So again, building her tanky, so she could potentially be, because she has offense and defense, right? So she has that cleanse on the S3, full, almost not full heals, but a decent heal on the S3, and then she has a CR push on the S2, and it gives increased attack and up to 40% CR push, which can be kind of insane. And then if you soul burn, you can recover health. So this is on a 3-turn cooldown, but you can get it down to 2 turns, which can be really insane. So it could definitely open up some like turn 2 cleave, maybe something like that, because you cleanse with the S3 and then you go with the S2. So it could be kind of interesting there. I mean, I could see her set up in like for turn 2 cleave, something like that. I don't know. We got to kind of wait and find out and see how people end up building her. But let's see if they kind of show us here. So there we go. There's that CR push attack buff, and then you can just hit them with the S3. Here's their soul burn. They're giving that heals. Huma, Attacks the enemy with ice before recovering health of the ally with the lowest health amount recovered increased proportional to the targets or to the caster's health. So kind of simple. S1 is just recover health. So definitely kind of like a offensive defensive kind of Soul Weaver, so kind of interesting. Increases effect resistance by 15%. So this artifact, when an ally is 50% or less after being attacked, recovers health of the ally by 20%. You can only activate this once per turn. So of course you're gonna want it maxed out, but 20%, I don't know. This artifact doesn't seem that insane to me, but I think that Emilia is definitely viable in game. I think that if you are considering pulling for her, you're not too sure because she is a Soul Weaver Ice unit. We have a bunch of those. I would say get at least one copy just because she is a limited unit. I don't think that she needs to be triple S for that effect resist imprint. But if you do decide that's something that you want, you have that available to you. So I think that you'll be fine with at least one copy just because you never know when this collab is ever coming back. So that's always my suggestion. If you can, and I know a lot of people have been saving, pull at least one copy and then wait out and see how people test these units. And if they seem really OP, then you can try pulling for more. And hopefully you can get that artifact. But let's take a look at the next unit here. There we go. We got Rem coming at us, Warrior Ice unit. She looks kind of cool. I mean, the characters in ReZero aren't the highest detailed in my opinion. They look kind of simple, I guess. So I guess this is kind of true to the source. It looks very, very similar, as well as Emilia looks pretty much the same. But we got Ice Warrior Rem here. I think her animation is the coolest out of the three new limited units that we're getting. Her attack, health, speed are okay, decent. 102 speed for a warrior unit, not insanely fast, kind of slow. Defense is decent, 616. However, she does have an imprint concentration of crit chance. So crit chance is one of those imprints that is super worth it and is going to make her a lot easier to build with damage, right? So warriors are usually like bruiser units, units that you bring in either like to clean up, to help you stay in the fight longer. But she does have a triple S 10% health for the entire team imprint, but the crit chance is what's really interesting. So this is her S3. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, potentially 4-turn cooldown with the Molas. Increases attack of the caster for 3 turns, so 3-turn attack buff before leaping up to attack all enemies and decrease hit chance for 2 turns. So she gives herself attack buff for 3 turns and then AoEs and decreases hit chance for 2 turns. Increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%. So she goes with the S3, gets a 3-turn attack buff, and then she gets a 50% CR push that almost gives her an immediate turn, almost, right? Almost gives her an immediate turn, but helps her cut in front of everyone else. So here we go. We're taking a look at that S3 here. And she did pretty decent damage. So she's, okay, so she's 10k health here. So she is built with high damage, right? Super high damage. Let's see if we can take a look at that one more time here. So she is built 10k, and let's see how much damage she does here. Okay, she did 6k to this Politis, 1.8k to the T-Cern. I think it was like 8k to the RB. So, I mean, not insane if you really think about it, just because they don't have any damage mitigation other than this T-Crozet. And this T-Crozet, I don't think was on any artifact like Arius or Adamant. Even if he is, he's only going to reduce damage to the backline here. And so these 2 units are going to take the brunt of it. Who they're bringing in? Oh, okay, they're bringing in Emilia. CC, is that Bryce Saria? Yes, that is Bryce area. So the only damage here on this team is going to be Rem and Bryce area. So I don't know how viable this team would actually be, but I think they're just trying to showcase that CR push, right? Skill 2, a Maid's Pride. When somebody dies, dispels all debuffs from the caster and grants demon mode for 2 turns. So there we go. That's why they were showing us Arbiter Vildred. So you go with Rem onto Arbiter Vildred, you get the one shot, right? That's what they're trying to showcase. And then she's going to get this demon mode. It can only be activated once every 5 turns. When an ally, except for the caster, is attacked, has a 15% chance to counter with Iron Strike. Iron Strike takes priority over a counterattack skill, counterattack with a basic skill. So her demon mode here, she is immune to debuffs, ignores effect resist when attacking, and it can only apply to hero skills. Demon mode cannot be dispelled. So she just counters pretty much, ignores effect res, which is kind of cool. Iron Strike attacks all enemies, decreasing buff durations by 1 turn and making them unhealable for 1 turn. And of course, you're going to want to max out her skill enhance here with the Molas for the counter up to the 15% counterattack chance. She is immune to any kind of debuffs when she is attacking with demon mode. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I guess so she won't get blinded there, I'm assuming. This is kind of weird. Anytime that they give you multiple paragraphs in a unit skill kit, you know you got to pull from. You know you got to pull for this unit. Okay, yeah, there you go. So she can get blinded, and then she AoE counters, which is actually pretty cool. She didn't do insane damage though. Let's see. Okay, she did 6k there, unhealable, and she gave a 1-turn cooldown on everybody. That's actually kind of devastating, right? It can be pretty devastating. But the thing is, you can only activate that once every 5 turns, right? So it's like a one and done type of thing. Leave It to Me attacks the enemy with a Morning Star with a 35% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. When the caster is granted demon mode, grants the caster an extra attack with the same skill. This soul burn increases effect chance to 100%, so 100% chance to decrease defense with the soul burn, and this is going to be her S1, right? I mean, I guess if you soul burn, it's only 10 souls, so it's a guaranteed defense break, right? And that's what they're going to showcase here. She did 7k on the S1, but then again, she has attack buff, which is kind of cool. Here's her artifact, Azure Comet. So maxing this out is going to give you increased critical hit chance by 15%. And then when somebody dies, it increases combat readiness by the caster, by 24%. So her kit actually looks kind of cool. They are incorporating a lot of these like conditions and buffs, but then at the same time, she relies on someone going down on the opposing team. So it's something that I don't know if I really like, because it makes her situational. So it makes it to where you can only use her specific skills when somebody is going to die. And so if you're in a longer fight, taking out maybe the opposing player or the opposing unit might be a bit difficult. So that means that you have a dead unit up until she can activate those conditions to where a unit dies. But then again, it can make her pretty strong later on into like Frenzy or something like that in RTA. But usually it's either over really, really quick, or it's going to be like a long dragged out fight. So maybe she might be good in those kind of long dragged out fights. I don't know. We got to kind of wait and see how she ends up working out. I don't know. I'm thinking just speed. Speed for now, speed, damage. I mean, if you can get her like to do as much damage as possible, because of course you do want to get kills with her. And then if you do get those kills, she'll be able to activate her conditions, which are going to give her all those buffs and stuff. But here we go. Here's the last unit on our list here. So here is Ram, an Earth Mage, and she is going to be one of the free units that they are giving us with this collab. So she is the free sister that we're getting out of the two maids from the collab. She is a Mage Earth unit, and she looks, her animation looks like a free unit animation, unfortunately, which is, it feels bad, but you know, it is what it is. But her health is kind of meh. Her attack is decent, speed 106, defense is okay. She does have a 30% effectiveness. She is a Gemini. With her triple S imprint, it's going to give her 27% effectiveness, and everyone will have a triple S ramp. You get her for free. You'll be able to farm her in the exchange shop in the side story. So everyone can definitely get a copy of at least this unit and then be able to triple S her. So it's something that everyone will be able to do. Her skill 2 here, what are you looking at? Increases attack by 30%, and it reduces the effect of decreased combat readiness debuffs inflicted on the enemy by 80%. So I think that she looks pretty cool. I think that she is definitely going to be usable in like PvE. Just because even her artifact is kind of one of those that looks like PvE. It talks about boss monsters and stuff. But they skipped to the they skipped skill 3. Elfura attacks the enemy with a gust of wind, decreasing defense for 2 turns, and grants increased attack to the caster for 2 turns. This is 5-turn cooldown. You can get it down to 4, and she's giving herself damage, right? So grants increased attack for 2 turns, and then does the decreased defense, right? Yeah, there you go. So there's a decreased defense, and they're showing on Expedition. How boring. Yes, attacks the enemy with the wind with a 60% chance to decrease attack for 1 turn. When the caster is buffed, effect chance is increased by 25%. The Soul Burn attacks all enemies. This does not trigger a dual attack. So it's just a decreased attack for 1 turn. I don't know. I mean, you can do an AoE decrease attack, which I mean, I guess is kind of cool. But again, she does seem kind of meh for potentially like regular PvP. I mean, that's why they're showcasing Expedition here. So at least she's free, and at least we'll be able to use her in Expedition, right? Or any upcoming PvE content. So here is her artifact. She's getting an increased attack using this artifact by 15%. When attacked by an elite or boss monster, damage suffered is decreased by 20%. When one or more damage reduction effect is granted, only the strongest effect is applied. So everyone will be able to triple S this, get a max limit break artifact, I believe. I'm 99% sure. Because this artifact will also be free. That's going to be it for this one. Let me know your thoughts on the featured ReZero collab units. Are you going to be pulling for them? I know a lot of people have been saving for the longest time, especially me. So you know for sure we're going to be pulling at least 1 copy of each unit. I might try for multiples of potentially Rem, just because of that crit chance imprint is always good. But for sure, I highly recommend pulling at least 1 copy if you can, if you are brand new to the game. Because of ReZero, try to pull at least 1 copy. I don't know if they're really going to be necessary, especially because it's a Soul Weaver and a Warrior. So I'm not too sure how great they're going to be. However, their kits seem kind of loaded. So hopefully, if you do have a chance to pick them up, highly recommend that you do. If you don't, just stick it out. These units will be dropping August 5th. So stick it out, wait for a few weeks, just so that people can test these units out and then kind of base your decision on whether or not you want to pull for these units at that time. But at least everyone's getting a free unit just by logging in and participating in the side story. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of Emilia? What do you think of Rem? Like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.